The headmaster, distinguished invited guests, members of staff, patron of the Refectorial Board, fellow students, good day to you all. I am very honored to be invited to speak at this important function as the SRC President. First and foremost, I would like to thank all those who supported and encouraged me to vie for this position. Indeed, I really appreciate them all. God bless you. As the SRC President, these are my initiatives, undertakings, and new vision as I am in office. Every leader has his own ways and techniques of managing the affairs of any organization they are in charge of. But firstly, I would like for you to think of these words: good manners, decency, comportment, and courtesy. In religious and moral education, we were taught about these virtues, and I know that a lot of words and things are running to your mind. Not to beat about the bush, I have been in this marvelous institution, God's grace, for a very long time, and I have realized a lot of things. The first subject matter is how students behave among themselves and especially towards teachers. In my observation and common sense of judgment, the behaviors of the student is not to the fullest potential. The reason is that I have observed certain things that makes me think or say that. Firstly, is how students talk to teachers. And how they even address them. It looks like they are of the same age, and it's very bad for students to do that. It doesn't show respect. Secondly, is how they posture themselves when talking to teachers. In religious and moral education, we were taught to put our hands behind our backs as a sign of maturity and respect. This subject matter is what I call good manners. Good manners consist of a lot of things, but these are some of the ones I have realized in this very school. Good manners consist of a lot of things, and I will ensure that, and I will ensure all these things in this very school. The next thing I will put in place is comportment, decency, and courtesy. These three words are virtues that makes one see as mature and good leader. These three virtues links up with each other and therefore should be instilled in the school to ensure good behaviors. Furthermore, the punctuality of the student does not please the school authorities. Being punctual to school means coming to school on time. The school timetable states that teaching and learning start at 8 o'clock a.m. So anyone who comes after this time is late. I will consistently make sure that the punctuality of the students are in a good shape. Over the years, students have complained about the state of facilities in the school, that they are old-fashioned and has to be replaced. For instance, for the many computers at the lab, ladies and gentlemen, only 3 are working. But how can a class of 25 to 30 students use this number of computers? But thank God I am here. I will push the school authorities to provide us with more computers. Not to talk about the lab only, but also availability of buses. If regular and punctuality of the students would be effective, it depends on the buses. Usually, we have been hearing issues about problems pertaining to the proper functioning of the buses. I will see to it that the necessary action is taken in place to increase the level of punctuality. Not to forget the borders. One of the problems worrying the boys is the cease-to-flow pipe at the back of the boarding house. They have to run to the borehole near the girls' dormitory to fetch water. But with confidence and assurity, I will bring to the notice of the school authorities so that the necessary action will take place. Headmaster, ladies and gentlemen, there is always noise everywhere in the school, especially when teachers go for meetings. But according to social studies, noise making pollutes the environment and is not good for proper learning environment. I will do all my best to control the level of noise making in this unique school. In any institution and organization, there are laws. Laws are set to regulate and control the behaviors of the people. Where there is law and it works effectively, that place becomes the living home of order, peace, and security. With much effort, determination, and confidence, I will see to it that law and order is maintained in this noble institution. And certain mistakes which happened in the past, which led to lawlessness on some parts of the students, would be addressed. Over the years, there was a ceremony which took place in the school to award students with high academic excellence, which was very memorable. But since 2019, that red letter day has become a 9-day wonder. This ceremony was academic excellence, which has to continue to help create a sense of competition among students in order to improve our academic excellence. Headmaster, ladies and gentlemen, moreover, one of the major problems that should be given an immediate attention it deserves is how we dispose our waste. And again, the manhole behind this auditorium is full and the waters in the pipes are leaking, which has turned the place into breeding place of mosquitoes. Breeding place for mosquitoes. As I am in office, I promise you that the proper disposal of waste is assured. And I will push the school authorities to do something about the manhole so that the breeding of mosquitoes will cease. Last but not least, is how students respond to the closing bell. Students are always fond of running as fast as they could to reach the entrance, which is indeed not good. But with my way of conducting things, I will see to it that students walk gently towards the entrance during closing. Proprietor, headmaster, ladies and gentlemen, it is with high esteem I promise to do my best at the best I can to fulfill my promises, initiatives, and undertakings to develop the growth in this marvelous school, Girls International. So help me God. Thank you.
Please, shall we invite our Assistant Girls Prefect, Caroline Kosia Ameke, please.
The proprietor, the headmaster, the academic headmaster, the patron of Godly's Prefectorial Board, the housemaster, the house mistress, teaching and non-teaching staffs, executive of Godly's SRC, the head boy, Senior Jacob Abuaje Oche, the assistant boys head, Senior Enoch Opokuteria, the head girl, Senior Owusu Jemfua Princess, antique and modern old student, parents, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you all. I stand here today to give a precise detail of what our office as the Commissioner of Prefects and Students for the academic year ahead of us. And this is intended to execute diligently by all the means I can, by the efforts I can. If it has not been the Lord who has been on our side, let God's grace prefect say, now say, how then would we have been triumphant? How then would we have gathered on night? How we have gathered here, 19th investiture ceremony of this noble institution. Grace has actually kept us all. On this day, 13th of March 2021, we are honored to be taking the mantle of leadership from the SRC Executive Council of Godly's, more especially from the Adumba Senior Jennifer Owusu, who is the immediate outgone Assistant Senior Prefect like myself. Right from the time we applied for the offices of the prefectship, we had sense of destiny. We are ever ready to execute our office with all diligence, and we know it will definitely prove itself to us. As a new prefect in this new office, we know our former prefect has done a lot and have put much effort in whatever they do. They unite themselves. We will ensure that there is unity among all prefects and students. As a commissioner of prefects and students, we will be approachable and responsible. This is because the students must be able to come to us in times of trouble, irrespective of their age, size, height, and class. We believe with much faith that we possess the above qualities by the grace of God. As the Commissioner of Prefects and Students, we will serve as an intermediary between the students and staffs. We will also serve as a voice of students to the teachers and of the teachers to the students. We will promote peace among all prefects and teamwork to ensure fairness to all, irrespective of any close relationship. We will make sure the school provides cardigans and vests for the students. As a commissioner of prefects and students, we will ensure that all supervisions are done well and everyone has completed his or her duty very well without any issue. We will make sure that we will communicate the problems facing the school by the higher authorities. We will make sure that all problems facing the students are communicated by the executive members We will make sure that all problems facing the students are communicated by the executive members, from that to the higher authorities, on how to solve them to help in easier and smoothly way. It is our duty, and we will ensure that the classes are always quiet when teachers are not around. As the Commissioner of Prefects, I supervise other non-higher rank prefects and any problem they are facing or going through. They communicate or inform their supervisor, and the information or issue reaches us. We gather all the information or reports we receive from them and solve them. But if it is beyond our strength, we send it to the SRC President or the executive members so as to seek solutions to the problem or issue raised. Fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, and we, as the Commissioner of Prefects and Students, I am Senior Amega Emefa Caroline, the Assistant Head Girl, as well as Senior Apro Jane Jr. as the Commissioner of Students, and doubles as the Judicial Chair and Protocol Prefect. The Patron, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, the principle that we have been taught by the school will be fully implemented, and for these authentic values, we know our leadership will be entirely unique. Long live Ghana, long live Georgie, long live Adoma, merci beaucoup.